Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to Awesomecallstrading.com. Today, I've got I got a little special for you. I want to kind of go over um, some of this, one of the scan services that I use. As you know, this year I am offering for annual subscribers the ability to not only be in a room of this quality at $2.50 a day or $75 a month, but also through the year, I want you to have a scan service, whether it's Trade Ideas, Benzinga, Equity Feed, TrendSpider, Briefing, Newsware, which I use Newsware and Briefing in Play Plus. And so today I really wanted to share with you what I like and why I like Briefing in Play Plus. Why is it so vital to my everyday routine? I've been doing this for about um, you know, almost 15 years now, and I've always had a scan service next to me. I cannot trade without one, and a scan service gives me the information, gives me all the tools that I need to be able to find the story behind the trade. Like, why am I going to trade this stock? What do I think the stock would do? What is the range of the stock? And it's really important to me when I wake up and I put together, and as you all know on my Twitter feed, every morning I get up and I put together a list. And in that list, as you know, when I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning putting together a list, this is my list that I form. And this list that you see here is determined by things that I find on my scans. And I usually have about 30, 40, 50 ideas, and then I narrow them down. So today on my list, this is what I was looking at 4:30 in the morning, Pacific time. So then what I do is, and I'll show you how I find this stuff, and that way you have a better understanding why having a scan service is really important, because it really is. But before we do that, I just want to kind of go over what we looked at this morning. MRNS, I want to give props to Janny. Janny saw this. It was gapping up all the way over 7 this morning. Janny called a short in pre-market, and it was just a massive win in the morning in pre-market, and he shorted the stock. He saw the downtrend and walked it down. There's a few traders in the room. They profited on that trade. They could get shorts. Congratulations to Janny Moore. Great moderator in the room. Really pulled off just a killer winner. The other trade that was a nice win this morning was Netflix. As you know, on Friday, I took a position. And I did notify everyone. I was here long on Friday, right around there. And this morning, it popped 6 points into the money. And that was a really nice trade. I'm also swinging Marna. And I'm about 19.25. I'm solid green. And right now it's 19, so I'm only down 25 cents. I'm going to hold this one for a while, probably a month or so. And I really believe in this IPO. And I got Goldman, Morgan, and JP Morgan behind us at $23 a share. And I'm picking it up at 19 bucks. So I'm happy. I'm really happy. And then we had a really nice trade this morning. I want to share with you. RARX. I saw this morning. It was gapping up on phase 2 trial, and it was gapping up $29 a share, and it closed at 16. And we basically just waited for the pullback in the morning. Went long right off the gap fill right here, and that was the call to go long around 16. And the stock ended up going almost $20 a share. Beautiful trade in the room, well executed. Really happy with that, and so I wanted to share that with you. I want to do RARX. Another trade we did quickly was Square. So Marnus was a short, and then what we did is we called a short on Marnus down to about 5 and under, and then our bottom curl got a couple upgrades, and then we walked it up to 6. So that was pretty cool. And there was another one we did. Square was a really nice trade this morning. And the reason why we like that one was because I felt this morning that we get a pop like we did Netflix. So we called for a long here with room to add to 58. 58 is a really great number to buy this stock. And I was calling for a long out of the gate, and any pullback just add to it. But if 58, 59 came, you had to do it, and it ran within minutes on the opening bell. It was really a terrific trade. Another one we did was a stock called NAV. NAV got a downgrade from Goldman this morning, so I was looking at 26 and under on the pullback and then go long. Ended up hitting up 25. There's the 26 and under. And if you went long, it just went all the way up to 27.30. So I did like that one too. I like Goldman calls, and on a weak market, sometimes they'll pull them. Usually they gap fill. I usually look for a gap fill because it gapped down from the previous day. I'll show you, and I really liked it on that gap down. So I figured, well, it'd probably pop gap fill up a little bit and then sell off. But if it pulled at the open under 26 and then go long, because it would probably fill some of that gap back up, and it did. So I was really happy about that one. And there was another good one too. Was I don't think any of you probably heard this one, MGNX, but I really like this one. This morning on my list, I told everyone that the stock would probably pull to right here $11 and then go long and watch the bottom curl off 11. Again, I determined this an hour before the market even opened where it would hit, and I want you to see just how it worked out. It was a really great trade. And if you got in a little early, still right here around 13 and still added at 11, you had a 12 average, but it ended up going almost to $13 a share. And if you just picked it off the 11 pull in the morning, you made about 1.5 on the trade. So that was a really nice trade there. And then there was let me see, we had, I think right now I'm long NEO, and I don't normally share my swing ideas on a webinar, but I couldn't resist. I started a position at $6.76 live in the room, and I will add in positions at $6.55 and $6.25. And right now the stock is trading at almost at $6.95, so I'm up on that one already. And that was it. So we had a really good morning for Monday, and I was very proud of the ideas. And the moderators came in here and just did a wonderful job. I have to give props also. Let's not forget Janny Moore, a great moderator in here. He came in with NVIDIA on a short up here. He called it in the room. It double topped up here. He took a high of the day. He put his stops at the high of the day, and he took it down about, I believe it was about 3 points, and he covered all the way down. Really a really nice trade. I think my favorite trade today was probably RARX, and obviously Netflix. I love Netflix. I can play Netflix all day. Now, how did I find these things? How did I find RARX? How did I find the news behind MGNX? How did I find these things? Well, that's really important. So there's a bunch of scan services out there that we are aware of. Everyone knows I love to use Newsware. Newsware is one of my favorite. Bill Olson, just a tremendous individual, will help you build your own system. I love Newsware, and with Newsware, part of the package that you get also what they call fly on the wall, and fly on the wall is really important to me as a trader because it's my roadmap for analysts, and analysts are really important in our industry as a day trader, as trading stocks, especially if they have a Goldman makes a call and says the stock is worth such and such, and you get a big pop or a gap up. There's reasons behind that. There's certain things that I look at on a scan that on analyst calls that I don't trade. There's certain words, but those are on my webinars that I teach. But for the overall, every morning when I get up, there's usually about 50. There's actually 44,400 plus analysts out there, but only a handful make fly in the wall. And on that fly in the wall, only a handful really make the list because most of them are tier 3, tier 4 firms that just fall off a cliff that really have no meaning. But then there's the ones that you have to pay attention to: the B of A's, the BMOs, the Deutsche Banks, the Evercores, the Goldman Sachs, the Morgan Stanleys, Piper Jeffrey, J.P. Morgan. I mean, these are money making, moving banks that can really Citibank, especially on their bios, just a tremendous. They can move it. So it's really important that you have a scan that will give you this kind of information. And when you're in awesomecallstrading.com, I will sit there all day long and just teach you how to pick this stuff up. So when you see it, I really want you to learn how to fish for your trades. This is really important in your development skills as a trader. One of the things that when I first started the business, got in it around 14, 15 years ago, I didn't get a chance to really learn, why a moderator in a chat room is actually, um, why did he make that call? What did he see? And why is it on his list? Why is it on his watch list? You ever wonder when people put like a watch list together? Why did you put that down? And some people use trade ideas because trade ideas tends to just show you the gap ups with no explanation. Trade ideas is good. A lot of people use it, especially on small cap information. For me, I don't use trade ideas. It's not one of my fortes. I tried it. It doesn't work for me because there was no news behind the events, why a stock is popping. And I can't trade that unless I know why a stock is gapping. That is really important to me, whether I go long or short. So, which brings me to my routine. What do I do? So, uh, first thing I do is I put my TD chart up. First thing I do. Then my second thing I do, I click my newsware, and I click my fly on the wall right here. And then fly on the wall comes in. And my final thing that I do is I check briefing in Play Plus. Now, the briefing has, and I'll just kind of show you, there's 3 different types of briefing out there. I think it's important that you know this. And there's 3 types out there that they have. And I'll show you just on Google here. Briefing, I always spell this kind of crazy here. So let me just briefing.com. So when you go to it, you'll see on their services, they have 3 types. They have briefing in play, briefing in play plus, and briefing trader. Now, briefing in play is $50. Briefing trader is, they have a staff of traders. The head trader is Damon, and that's around $350. It was $300 when I joined it like 10, 15 years ago. I don't join briefing trader because I call up my own trades now. But they're very great. They got a few really good traders in there, and out of the, I like them. And but the service I use is Briefing in Play Plus. This is really essential to me to hunting and fighting those stocks. Now, Briefing, as great as they are, they're not really geared to like alerting something like a trade ideas. That's not their forte. That's not what they do. Trade ideas alerts quick, just on a volume rip. And briefing's not built for that. Briefing's all about news events, news and ideas and analyst calls and offerings and stuff like that. They give you the in-depth. Newsware for me, why I love Newsware is simply the fact I get access to fly on the wall. This is really, really, really critical. And if I want to watch what the market's doing, right here, this is a flow of just news that comes in throughout the day and it just moves down, and I could pick up an upgrade, something that just hit the market. And there's 12 different services that they have for their news events, and I love it. And again, Bill Olson is just a wonderful individual over there. If you ever know anything about Newswatch or Newsware, you've got to give it a shot. But today, I just want a few minutes on why I love briefing. So let's do that. And we'll go over here. This is my briefing. And I'm going to log in real quick. And there we go. So currently logged in, obviously, on my other screen. But I'm going to log in here. Now, why I love, let me click it. Okay. This is Briefing in Play Plus. Now, this is like really, really, really important. Okay. So, now, in the morning, when I get up, I'm looking at, hold on, my Neo's moving up as I'm talking to you quite a bit. So, you know, when I get in, The first thing I do is you got to, in the morning, you'll get what they call a ScanX. In ScanX in the morning, I will actually give you really early in the morning what is moving. It's probably on your trade ideas as well, and but they give you like the gap downs. Like this is at, if you notice, it's 4:13 in the morning. All right, I'm in California, so when I get up at 4 o'clock, 4:15, I'm automatically looking at this. All right, so these are my gap ups and my gap downs. Okay, now I don't know why they're gapping up or gapping down. I'll determine that as the time goes on because I'll start reading the news behind it. Um, so this is really, really important when you start to fish for your trades. And the first thing I look at are double digits. I need to find double digits. Like those are the ones I have massive room to run. So if I have a stock like Katos that's up 11%, okay, I'm gonna find out why that's up, and then I'm gonna short the stock, fill the gap, and then go long. If I have then also there's a lot of stocks that get bought out in the morning in mergers and acquisitions. So I want to make sure I don't get caught in one of those. So I don't want to be shorting that if there's a set price on a buyout. But this gives me a starter. All right. Then what I do with briefing is, and about, as you can tell, about an hour later, their staff puts together notables. All right. So why is the stock gapping up 52%? Why is it gapping up 27%? All right. Why is another stock 25? You see how the list is starting to be built? Okay. This is how I fish and find my trades. This is what makes me different. Now, what makes me so different also is the ability to understand where the stock's going to go. You know, and that's being a seasoned trader for 15 years. That's reading through the news, not I don't look at the headline and go, "Oh, I'm long. Oh, I'm short." No, I've got to look at it, read it, reread it, and read through it. There's a difference what I do. And and you might trade with me for about 5 or 10 years, and you still may not get it. Okay, because you got to read it, reread it, and read through it. Okay, and 99% of the day traders out there that are not even in our room, they they can't read through it. What I try to teach in Awesome Calls Trading, read through it. That's the difference this room provides, and it's a constant learning. It's constantly so. And you know what? There's a lot of great technical traders out there, hands down, and we all know some of the best out there. But you can't use the technicals behind if you don't know the move or even know why it's even in play. You can have all this shit hit here and this line here, and hey, that's great. But why? I don't know. Just looks like the chart could set up. No, it could be wrong. You know, if it breaks out, it could hit there. But why are you going to break out if the news isn't any good to begin with? You're just throwing darts. We don't throw darts in Awesome Calls Trading. I will never do that. I will give you an exact area where I think the stock is going to go, lift off, take off, whatever. All right. So this morning, as you can see, Marnist up 25%. Okay. Why? Positive phase 2 results on trials. Okay. There's a word in here that I'm not going to teach you, but the people in the chat room know. There's a word in here that makes me just look at this headline and go short it. Gianni spotted it out first thing this morning. That's why he shorted the stock and he made a lot of people a lot of money. Okay. Next one was RARX. Top line results for phase 2. There's another word in here. Clinical trial evaluating. Okay. There's a word in there that tells me short the stock. Gap fill it, go long. Automatic. Because why? I read through the headline. I didn't need to reread it. I just read through it. And there's a word that I highlighted right here in this sentence that told me right there, short the stock, gap fill it, go long. All right, next one. Yelp gapping up. Investors did push the board for an overhaul. Boom. Pop the stock, short the stock, fill the gap, go long. It takes me 2 seconds to determine on that headline if that's worth a trade. So if I'm gapping up 2%, guess what? I'll probably pop at the open to 36, right? Probably scale in short, take it down, fill the gap, 34.50, move on to the next trade. Simple. Makes my list, pre-market, Yelp, right? Scale in short, pop the stock at the open, scale in, take it to 35 and under. Boom. See how it made the trade? It made the list. Gap filled back to 34.59 after initial pop to 36. And it's like breathing for me. Now do you want to see the trade? It took me literally 2 seconds to evaluate the trade. Now here's the trade. Yelp. Pop the stock at the open, scale in short, boom, there's the 36, take it in, take it back, fill the gap. Guess what? The gap got filled. There it is. You see how easy that was? RARX. Fill the gap, go below Friday's close, right here. Go long, take it to 20. We had 19 on our books, we went to 20. Okay? So, this is what we're doing. All right, now we can go through another one. Let's just pick another one, okay? When you're looking at the list. All right, so here's the list again. And now these are the, also, they do highlight certain, so I got a 10% gap up on KTOS, right? So I'm figuring, okay, I'm going to scale in short 1550 because I'm gapping up, and it's a buy from neutral. So that's up way too much. Then 5 got upgraded at loop. I like loop. So it's already up. So I figure I'll get a pop out of the gate, gap fill some of it, go long. All right. Another one, Guild was up. Now, the M&As, they tell you right here, right? Very, Nitri, and MDRX. I'm not going to touch those. All right. There's a set price. I don't need to touch them. Leave them alone. I just need to know why they're up. Now, on the gap downs, I have a scan here, and I can look at the gap downs. MGNX. Oh, look at this. Down almost 20%. Announces partial clinical hold. Okay, there's a key word in here that I automatically knew to go long on a pullback to 11. It took me literally 90 seconds. There's a word right in that sentence. Boom. Let the pullback happen, go long, take the stock, probably get a point and a half on the trade. You want to see the trade? Here's the call. I'll show you how I did it. Now watch the call. All right. So I went up right here. I said the stock will pull to 11. Go long. See that? Bottom curl it, go long. Now do you want to see? Okay. So now I go to the start. I go MGNX. MGNX. Okay. There's where it was. There's the sell-off, and guess where it hit? $11. Stock ran to 12.5. Trading. You see how fast that was? So every day you're in this room, I'm not only teaching you how to find it, I'm telling you where to buy it, where to sell it, what to look for. So this is how my game plan becomes your game plan. And I believe every day a quality chat room needs to provide you not just some pig play that's flooded with a bunch of people copying each other. You need to come in with the idea, what can we trade today? But why? Why? If you notice, when I do my analyst report, I'm telling you not only why is the stock up, but I'm also giving you details what the stock will do and why. You must have the reason behind the move before you make a trade. And let me tell you something as a day trader. The successful day traders out there, the ones that really make consistent money, the ones that really know what they're doing, what makes them so special is they know the move behind the move. Listen to what I'm telling you. By knowing that, you can size in on the trade. So, if RARX is going to pull at the open, but it has room to go to 19 to 20, because of the news, well, guess what? Now you can buy 1,000 shares. And do you know what? You want to see the results? Here are the results. Here are the results. All right? Here are the results. Look at these people. Look at these people. Look at my friend AD. Look at him. $500. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at my friend Jeremy. Been in the room less than a month. Look, his first $500 day. Do you see the results? Do you know why Jeremy took the call? Do you know why he sized in? Because he was confident. He understood it. And when you understand it, it breeds confidence in you. Makes you want to take bigger size. You hit your goal. You're done for the day. Isn't that beautiful? Look at my friend Mr. Kim. Another one. He nailed it. RARX. All right. Hector. You don't see him, but Hector's a really nice trader in here. He just signed up for an annual. And he just said, I just signed up. And most likely he'll probably take briefing. Because I want you to find the trades. All right. Another great thing that you can look for, that I look for using briefing. This is just small stuff that, I mean, this is just touching. IPO XX. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I can't show you what they wrote for this week's article because it wouldn't be fair, but I can show you last week's article. All right. This is a written expose, what they do. Do you know there are IPO rooms that charge you $300 a month? $300 a month, $250, $3,000 annual? Briefing to me in 15 years is the best IPO analysis scan service I have ever seen in my life. They grade the stock. They tell you what's underwrite, who's the underwriters, who are the co-underwriters. They tell you the size, the expected size, what they do, the financials. Look at our Myrna here. Morgan, Goldman, and JP Morgan. 21 million shares, 22 to 24 price, 500,000 size. What do they do? And if you read this, you'll know why I'm taking this on a swing. All right? You don't get Morgan, Goldman, and JP Morgan just coming in and going, oh yeah, we'll give you $500 million. Are you kidding me? Read. They go into all the upcoming IPOs. They do in-depth analysis. That's just another thing. Okay? We can go on and on and on. They teach you, you can learn the bios. My goodness, just the keyword on bios alone, or FDA, they give you massive information. Another thing they do, options. It's another one of their topics, options. They give you, I think it's OPTNX. Yeah, see? And they'll give you all the call buying. They'll do a pre-earning special. Listen to this. I can't show you this one. I have to go back one. I can't show you. That wouldn't be fair. But here, you see this? Look at this. Look at this. They will actually give you an analysis before the earnings come out, what the flow looks like, what their call volume versus the put volume. Are you kidding me? Do you know I've nailed about, I don't know, a dozen earning calls in the last week alone just by reading this information, long or short? I'm telling you, you get something like this tool behind you, you will forever be changed as a trader. Okay? This is why I'm doing something extremely different, extremely radical. Because this year, let me tell you something. The market is very volatile. A lot of traders are just getting smoked because they're in a wrong environment. You're not in the wrong environment. You're in a great place to learn a craft, to become the very best trader in the world. All of you. But you need the tools. Let this room pay for that. Otherwise, you're going to end up being in a room, then spending more money on a scan service, and then getting another scan service. And by the time you're done, you're spending $600 a month just to trade stocks. No. Back it up. Rewind. get in here, sign the annual, and let me pay for one of those scans. Okay? And if you want another chat room to go visit to see what they're doing, hey, I'll pay up to $90. I don't care. But for me as a trader, I like to see you get something that can enhance you. You don't need to be copying people. You need to be learning the game. And I want to teach you. I want you give me that commitment, and every month I will pay that commitment back. Okay? That's my way of paying it forward. All right? So that is today's webinar. AJ, you will see as I don't want to say that, but yeah. But I like it, and I just wanted to say thank you, and I do hope that you do sign up. If anything, traders, I'm telling you, I cannot stress enough. Briefing in Play Plus, one of the most phenomenal scan services out there. All right, maybe tomorrow I can talk about Newsware and why I like them, and maybe a little touch on that. But I want to thank you for joining us, and I look forward to trading with you tomorrow. Remember, when you click here, you're in our room. $25 a day, $100 a week. If you convert to monthly, I give you all that money back, and it's only $197 or $6, $6.75 a day. And I love it. All right, and I look forward to trading with you tomorrow. Take good care and be well. Thank you. Bye bye.